Greetings and good day. I hope you're doing great. I'm here with the daily Bitcoin analysis for April 3rd. As this week began, with optimism returning to the crypto market, we saw a price increase reaching the daily FVG zone. But on Wednesday, following Mr. Trump's speech and rising geopolitical tensions, the market went into risk-off mode and
learn and enter the world of binary option with us. Binary option indicators, powerful strategies, learn, trade, win. Level up your trading.
this Bitcoin price drop occurred. Since that speech, Bitcoin has dropped over 2%, and we can consider the daily FVG as the most significant resistance ahead. The price continued its decline to the previous support level, where the former lows are located. We're examining the trend of liquidity inflows and outflows for Bitcoin ETFs. Here we can clearly see that a major liquidity outflow occurred on Wednesday. However, when we average this flow over the course of this trading week, we have actually seen a positive inflow overall. Also, the Fear and Greed Index, which is a well-known indicator, after hitting its weekly high of 32 on Wednesday, has now dropped down to 28, placing it in the so-called fear zone. This could indicate that the high level of optimism that was present when entering the crypto market earlier this week has now faded somewhat. However, it is important to note that there is still some support for Bitcoin's price that remains in place at this time. We're currently looking at the 4-hour time frame. As noted before, as long as Bitcoin does not close below the important level of $65,600, it is considered to be in an uptrend. However, if it loses this key support, it could potentially lead to a further drop down to the 4-hour fair value gap, or FVG, at around $64,500. As you can see, this key support level on the chart has not seen a single close below it during the entire past month. Even in the most recent price drops, the price action only approached this important range, but then bounced back up with strong and consistent support, even penetrating its 4-hour fair value gap, or FVG zone, before recovering. Despite strong and consistent support for Bitcoin, we simply cannot ignore the impact that ongoing geopolitical tensions have on the overall crypto market. When financial markets shift into a risk-off mode, Bitcoin, as a relatively risky asset, also tends to face price declines. So, given the rising tensions in the Middle East, we really can't expect a Bitcoin uptrend at this particular stage. Even with strong buyer support, the price might simply transition into a sideways trading range. For a better prediction, we'll examine the Bitcoin liquidity map. Here, we see the best sell-side liquidity is at $65,500, and we'll consider the main buy-side liquidity to be above the previous peak at $69,500. Since we're heading into the weekend, unless there's some particularly significant or unexpected major news, we can reasonably expect the price to fluctuate back and forth within its current range for now. Right now, as you can see, the price has established a range for itself and is currently fluctuating between the 1-hour order block and the 1-hour FVG. Given the negative sentiment that's been building in the crypto market since Wednesday, we can expect the price to face a decrease in buyer support in this range, allowing us to look for a short-term sell position down to the 1-hour order block area. Good luck and stay profitable.
Do you know why your profits are smaller than your losses? Because you don't analyze your trades, you just execute them. Download the Trading Journal app for MetaTrader 4 and 5 for free now.